confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 1,218,958. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 23,110. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 7,012, with total confirmed deaths at 199. We anticipate the Torrance numbers to change as the county updates its last 24-hour operating period. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Rhiannon Chertanich. It's 4 p.m. on Tuesday, March 30th. Los Angeles and Orange counties reach a monumental milestone. They are both going into the orange tier starting on Wednesday. This is the third step in California's reopening process and clears the way for more restrictions to be lifted on activities and businesses. It's a significant move for both regions and the first time they're entering this less restrictive tier. LA County officials say this victory is a hard-fought gain in the battle against COVID-19 and the result of a collective effort between individuals and businesses. Meanwhile, COVID-19 numbers in LA County continue to drop. At last check, the county's Department of Public Health confirmed 26 new deaths and 386 new cases of the virus to date. 649 people with COVID-19 are currently hospitalized, and 27% of them are in the ICU. Testing results are in for more than 6 million Angelenos, 19% with positive results. LA County public health officials are re-emphasizing the importance of vaccinating our workers as we approach Cesar Chavez Day. Cesar Chavez was an American labor leader, a community organizer, and a Latino-American civil rights activist who co-founded what is now known as the United Farm Workers Labor Union. As we've shared in the past, Blacks and Latinos are disproportionately affected by COVID-19, and public health officials hope this week, as we celebrate the many accomplishments of Cesar Chavez in social justice and the labor movement, will also take to heart the importance of vaccinating our workers, especially those that are the most impacted by this virus. Director of LA County's Public Health Department, Dr. Barbara Ferrer, says this holiday should remind employers to support their workers by following all safety measures, providing maximum protections, and allowing for eligible workers to get vaccinated. Cesar Chavez Day is tomorrow, March 31st. President Joe Biden tweeted a bold pledge on Monday, saying, quote, "In the next 3 weeks, we will more than double the number of pharmacies where you can get vaccinated and increase the number of federally run mass vaccination sites. We're going to make sure that 90% of Americans live within 5 miles of a vaccination site by April 19th. This comes as Biden warns that the virus is still lethal and that the nation is in a, quote, life and death race with a virus that is spreading quickly. He urges Americans to maintain precautions and states to stop loosening restrictions on public gatherings. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the federal government's top expert on infectious diseases, adds that it is premature to completely open up now, given the level of infection. President Biden has hit his 100-day target of vaccinating the country in 58 days and has now doubled his goals to 200 million shots administered by April 30th. Moderna and Pfizer vaccines are proving themselves to be quite effective in the real world. Data collected from a real-world study by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention shows both vaccines reduce the risk of infection by 80% 2 weeks or more after the first of 2 shots and 90% after the second shot. The study included close to 4,000 U.S. healthcare workers and first responders. These results validate earlier claims that the vaccines begin to work soon after the first dose. They also confirm that they prevent asymptomatic infections. The research was conducted over a 13-week period from mid-December to this month with study participants from 6 different states. These findings come after similar data was studied in Israel with just the Pfizer vaccine. Researchers there concluded that it was 94% effective in preventing asymptomatic infections. The AstraZeneca vaccine is hitting a roadblock in Canada and Germany after reports of serious blood clots. In Canada, the National Advisory Committee on Immunization recommended this week that adults under 55 not get this vaccine. They added that AstraZeneca makes up a small part of the entire vaccine supply in Canada, and those seeking to get a shot won't be significantly delayed. And Germany just announced its plans to ban the vaccine for adults under 60 after receiving more than 30 reports of rare blood clots in recent recipients of the AstraZeneca vaccine. 9 people died, and most cases involved women between the ages of 20 and 63. Similar reports linked to AstraZeneca have also been made in other parts of Europe, primarily in women under 55. That led to more than a dozen European countries halting their use of the vaccine. Some have since resumed vaccinations, while others are continuing to wait. We're getting more insight into where COVID-19 really came from. According to the latest report by the World Health Organization, it probably came to people through an animal. It also likely happened 1 to 2 months before December of 2019, when it was first noticed. WHO's joint international team, consisting of 17 Chinese experts and 17 experts from other countries, concluded that prior speculation of the coronavirus being a laboratory leak was, quote, extremely unlikely. The report gives 4 possible sources for the virus, the most likely being that it started with a bat with coronavirus, which infected another animal at a wildlife farm, which then transmitted the virus to a human. This report took place over a 28-day period in the city of Wuhan in China. U.S. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the report is being reviewed by federal government agencies, including the Centers for Disease Control and the Food and Drug Administration. She says they'll have an assessment about upcoming steps once the report has been reviewed. COVID numbers are going back up in multiple states across the country, and that's frightening to the CDC's director. Dr. Rochelle Walensky gave an emotional plea this week during the White House COVID-19 response team briefing for people to stay vigilant. She also described a feeling of, quote, impending doom, saying she's scared. At most recent check, there has been a 10% increase in cases compared to the previous week. Hospitalizations are also going up. The U.S. reports a 7-day average of 4,816 admissions as of Friday, a 4.2% increase compared to the prior week. And perhaps the most sobering, the number of deaths are also going back up, increasing by nearly 3%. Walensky says she's particularly worried because the pattern looks similar to the trajectory of European countries, including Germany, Italy, and France. President Biden urged to reinstate the mask mandate at both local and state levels. On a more positive note, 73% of seniors in the U.S. now got at least their first vaccine dose in their arms, and more than 50 million Americans, that's about 1 in 5 adults, are fully vaccinated. As more people become vaccinated, they're also starting to travel again on so-called mental health breaks. Southern California has become a hotspot for those looking to get away after a year of business closures and travel restrictions. Visitors from near and far are flocking to the state's beaches and other tourist destinations. The, quote, pandemic is over attitude has been a growing trend lately, with such travelers ignoring public health officials' warnings about another possible surge. Public health officials worry that with spring break, Passover, and Easter coming up, such a mindset can undo the hard work the state has put in to fight the spread of COVID-19. The CDC noted the most travel activities now, even more than over the Christmas and New Year's holidays. Officials remind everyone that they've seen surges after every single holiday and are starting to see another uptick right now. So far, California has not seen the same kind of spike in coronavirus cases as in other parts of the country, but still, health experts say numbers could creep up later and remind us that the next few weeks will be crucial for the state to keep the case numbers down and allow many more people to get vaccinated. The Orange County Fair is back on after being canceled due to COVID-19 last year. And if you're looking for a job, they're hiring. You can browse through a list of seasonal part-time opportunities at ocfair.com/jobs. Positions range from roles in carnival sales to human resources. Perks of working at the OC Fair include free admission, discounted tickets for family and friends, and a chance to win an employee scholarship. Qualified candidates ages 16 and over can apply and expect to have virtual interviews and orientations. The theme for this year's OC Fair is Time for Fun, and it will take place from July 16th through August 15th. Tickets must be purchased in advance, and COVID-related health measures will be in place, including capacity limits, fewer concession stands, and physical distancing protocols for rides and shopping vendors. A new vaccine is being introduced to zoo animals in light of the coronavirus spreading rapidly in that environment. Scientists and veterinarians around the world have been working together to protect the animals using similar methods to minimize disease spread among people. An orangutan at the San Diego Zoo named Karen became the first in the world to get a veterinary coronavirus vaccine on January 26th. She has since received 2 doses from Zoetis, a veterinary pharmaceutical company in New Jersey, and is doing well without any adverse reactions. Since then, 9 other primates at the same zoo also got fully vaccinated, and 4 more animals are following their paths. About 3 dozen zoos across the U.S. and abroad put in their orders for the vaccine. Oakland Zoo's veterinary director ordered 100 doses, saying, quote, "We will jump at the opportunity to get the Zoetis vaccine for our own great apes." The company got a permit from the U.S. Department of Agriculture to provide the doses on an experimental basis to the San Diego Zoo, and will need to apply for the same permission to provide the vaccine to additional zoos. El Camino is ranked #1 community college in the nation when it comes to its forensics team. The college says forensics is the oldest academic subject still taught in colleges and universities today, and refers to competitive speaking. Presidents Carter, Johnson, Kennedy, and Nixon were all involved in forensics, and according to a recent survey, it was chosen as the most valuable class people took in school because it improves communication skills, confidence, and study habits. Well, so far this academic year, the El Camino College forensics team competed in 7 virtual tournaments and won the top award in each one. In one recent invitational, the team even finished ahead of universities from multiple states in debate. President Dina Maloney says, quote, "We are proud of our students' accomplishments, especially as they were able to quickly adjust their presentations to online platforms. The reasoning, research, and public speaking skills students develop through this program will be valuable throughout their academic and professional careers." El Camino is currently the #1 community college in the nation in the National Parliamentary Debate Association year-long sweepstakes, and #2 when considered all 4-year colleges and universities. The college says more students are joining the roster as the team continues to win. Congratulations, guys and girls. Continue to make us proud. Our city received another very generous donation today from the Taiwanese American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Los Angeles. They donated 50,000 masks to the Torrance Unified School District as part of their Million Mask Donation Initiative. Our crew went out there to help cover the donation ceremony, and we'll have more footage to share with you in tomorrow's show. What a generous way to help Torrance teachers, staff, and students to stay safe during this school year. Thank you so much for continuing to think of our city and schools during this time. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community, pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. There's one more day to help serve the city's homeless population, which includes veterans, as well as individuals and families without shelter in our community. The City of Torrance and its Social Services Commission are getting ready to wrap up their annual toiletry drive, and they still need more of the following items: new full and travel size shampoo, conditioner, body wash, bar soap, toothbrushes, toothpaste, deodorant, shaving cream and lotion, razors, body wipes, feminine hygiene products, and bath towels. The last collection date is tomorrow, March 31st, and you can drop off your donations at the City Hall lobby or at the Community Development Permit Center. To see this list again, you can go to torranceca.gov/helpothers. What a great way to show how Torrance truly cares for everyone in our city. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 today. Be sure to join us tomorrow as Colleen Farrell brings you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.